komin dalta ka programme soto jam me alongo ni funding tol ka soto especially when it comes to komi funding kel me alongo ka mamman advocacy la karo sometimes back the national youth parliamentarian for Sanduya soto jam anin Jus one fana ya soto jam bi alhamdulillah de marodo ngambade ma fana soto jam ngalon ko lon national youth parliamentarian for Wuli West so mbabula la ni jibe la na meral sinyo kondom folo jam don programme ko inshallah
okay, assalamu alaikum once again. Mafale ngini mbarabake. Kama ya ponyamin Tom Usman Fati leti. Usually Honorable Usman Fati. What Usman Fati is very okay. Dalam funding kela deputy ma Wuli West tundo toyala. So woto mbe Kunku TV tentula mbe jela kanku management platform si falto. Kaje ko sena ni molte kacha wala sena na moldol sa moy beneventol bloko no mone mun tol fana lolon kan singoti parce que galaf ñin sifal le lan tol fonkol melbe palaso do wadol be je ibuka futano mo be kilin na may la bundato bare say technology mul ma koy bakale même ko television bunda sifal la karol so wona ninga ni platform sifal so ka content bakay ninga ke internet o kono ani mo kliya jinne ni mo tango be nyoda ka moy nyo bloko no so ron yinkarante content kubati so modon be Wuli West call ten la ke jay aje ko yente kanyum palaso do bi auto mu content kubalde andon ngai tan ka yeko ko yalo na sababun abe sunnen do la palaso la ko inshallah habe kan kata pol kono so ron yeten du bake kan kumande jam content ba
okay Ousmane baraka bake fanam content de la wato blaka fu feñum programme wala jam yan kon ka soto kadum programme ko ndoron moli yilla munela youth parliamentarian ul kadu mo jama star je samuda ko membiji asagar wotije
yeah thank you very much for that question. I think it's very important that any question of someone because it's one of the most important thing I always emphasize ndara dawada gaje ko koymul ma baka because niaju be niko youth parliamentarian sometimes fanindol fara rek mo dol wiye melale man karambake ga fako na kansulo wala do wiye ya fako na député felenti so ñing a difference ka actionally mon ma kuma ta bakale andum kay tan ni mol fan le si mum tusi fale expect non to bloco no wala yi se yilla mum kulelan to bloco na so mum kuler mi ala kuma ta bakale ni ko youth parliamentarian wala funding ke la député ñin député bu mo follow alodal pour ka funding la nyanto fasa be funding la nyanto fasa no la nyaadile kaje ko itele be tara funding la ko kalama la tundo kam itolo sulo ko menti yeta nafra la bendula because inga structure la soto wala nga Kenya la soto Kenya me ala nga benka wato wati na constitution ko no wala na loi buko maral buko ko no membe je wala nga meeting comme nga ben kawo ko no signa fla so nembenda o karo kono signa fula député bon kono wado be ninga manta ben soro yel sama député bon ninga manta ben soro ngata bundula do to comme nani fossili no nyamena data OIC conference center because man access to député la bon kono so wosi fallam so nim putata ji ngaji be ndol so mum kulle suggestion wala ndol se mum yamar kulle dino depending on jolla foninkel ba mum kulle tamande kan na wala mum kulle takna tundo ko nin dara je ngaji comme ngo foninkel sulara comme ka kata karam moto foninkel dinu wala kata karam do pour ka karam oto na rawo bon nim projet ka tan ko mi jolla tundo kam foninkel sulara nyina kaje ko karam bunda la yiri waje min karam bunda yiri wala mutai isenyu kuka nan kuka kenoje ani nin jara kende a bunda wala nakastaje baka kaje ko fana ngoki barota nga futani bari dolman nyanda soto dolman sembu soto ka bankola do afali comme wo député bunda la soto ka fa ko the legislative body because government is a constitution of it constitutes of three arms. These are the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. So the legislature wala député it only nyanto soto baral bangola baral maral bugo kono kaje ko loi fali bandol bugo loi fali ndol kamenke wala ko loi suggest ninda mon sira ngaje ko wodo nyine gambe funding na fa no safe ni nga safe ngata nga suggest nga fa ko resolution so ni nga resolution ota gawol ka nga submit parliament ka fo ko ndol funding kel ninga funding ke dole nyumo en kachata nga nyine jube ngaje ko nyine sentol na fano ota lata bale aliyo ko ta liata mandale mon makoy wala so nyine mu youth parliamentarian ata nyine mu nalon kan singoti mbuka ko di soto je mi ala masakunda kan tel jomina there is no payment the law do ko me de entirely is voluntary nka ko mi ngol mi de ko no wuli ninta because kudo be je masakunda bu kanyum ko mu me be keno bari se tanole ni modole kacha mebe ko philanthropist ko me ala politique bal wala na futur wala ka mo ma ko le ngata ni kacha na foy ko ndolfe nala ma ko because kudo be je abete keno la masakunda ta be keno la ni mol ka fo do ba masakunda ta nyim be ken hanisa be ko mo jamala be siar masakunda mo be la nyanto doto ite mari da mala nyanto tiji but ndolfe ngol tundo ka Wuli West mol be jemi ala so ma ko no kudol la comme for example ni school sila da boholo ni aji bala da ngala preparation mu be am tan be wul ke fula nte ni na masakunda ni na ka bu masakunda ni karam mun kar sula boholo la ya sa se ma ko no ni ya nya so ban ni ko sa karam do fana sula ni na di wole ma di indola nta sa wul no le ngata moro ya me ala boro Wuli West ndo kan kay tan dala ko o ala nga ñew ma koy ban ngan ni mu kar ni kar kan kar plan flan ko nankol ngi ma ko ñim boholo so ñine mun tolla do kuwoti atata nata youth parliamentary responsibility be ngilati or ka ko ndi mom pour ni mon suñu famno ñame ndol na lon kan sumu me be abe dendere ñina thank you very much.
Thank you so very much Usman for that clarification comme yo ko ndiro ko mata baken so Usman kabrita nata as a youth parliamentarian for Wuli West yemon kata kule ke pour kanyi tande ko ni Wuli West ko lesi pour kanyi kul futandi ma pour salon ko ñu ko lebe kele.
Okay, abaka bake, wo nyini karo kumaya bake, because momanding libe pala soto, ibe je dari lola kama, ando imantari fon eji, ibe molele je. So niwo mon mantari ta kalama, wala malum ibe mu kuleto, akam dai la taro pala soto na fado ya bake. So ro sabu kamala, ite nyanta dara pala soto mol meje folie kalamuta. Yalon fanen itol sular mu kule blokono, itol nite se mune keno. So birinde nyin ko findita, ngana ngani yo itane kaje ko mbelo la nyim pala soto. Ala de maro kono wole tundu mu be mu manna lo te fe kaje ko anime nyo sabake la parce que naka no woto no ñe election be kalanta law nte fele bari alhamdulillah o manna taraje nte kilna lota so biril lota dara election ma ni da wonyale so ni modo ma ba fula ko ba nte mon contestant soto I have no opponent then it is not necessary for me to go for campaign yana sa bante fa ma juwe wonya ndara la nak ko lo ñini ka mol ma ko ngeka fu ñoma o nga ko do dajale ñoga me ala mun siara ndara Wuli West no kan sate o sate mom fu dano sate be 100% but nga fa ko out of 100% almost 95% no be reach out ndara community lo killing coming iko don diara ko ndete dara men nsemi keno nga wole keno because mon ko do so mi ala se moto jono ka mol kuma ni ka pa so ngol do kada sate mu me bero bari nga jele word flow ni mu me be sate almost 95% na bele reach out ka futa mol follow nkamu because birin to kana jenda kana ni pala so mo me bi ini mol ma kala muta bake mol ma tara ni pala so ko kala ma bake birin dol fon fura mo jama be ka ko munam nyindi ningo youth parliament ka ko munam youth parliament wol fon ma wala because ni ma moy ni man tra kala so ndela finto nyi wala ka mo jama ngara me akalam ra ko ni be keri nyamen so wala nim fura jandi mba fala mo le ko albero fayni alin consider wala ndela ma la nyindi fo nga fay fo lo menem ni because jandi mo be ko kala ora ya kalam dal folo so ata nama kalam ta keno la so ngam men folo ke minen mbeda kan do ko fulala mbeda kan point tan ni ka fa ko telema la nyindi anen kata fanan kay tan la mun fonnam nyindi so nim pro kan men folo wala nyindi munam youth parliament na kenya be fo fe fam kan la sa fam no kan men no ko de na itenga ka fa ko bisam ne keno e tolien ite samune yilanta bulo kono so ntara sa do mun be pro ran nyinde mol katara nimpoda ngata al kalo ya ngara sate fonto na foningel nya don ko kumandi jannin kata nga kibaro futan ya kaje ko mena kan Allah en sate kato e foningel kafne wado be je fan ngata foningel na filodo bare mu sang ndel mandra sate dolen e ndel manda kada je ni mul danda ka danda le mo jama kacha gara ko filodo ngara mul no kanje foningel no kanje nge kumale nare mi si ne kacha nim parre mu le filodo so ngani ne kaje ko molia kalamuta dol be yim palaso adu yim palaso fanan menem so kola fana ko jamale execute me alon ka foko do man because na tarono njebete masay nga sitin kilinda mala soto wala nga si da sinya kel na kamiti ngoke anu metun la beden tara ngani toke nga ku jamale koros nje ka je ko mo sueta munela because ndara sare dolbe je wol man time soto ka fani ko sulata nyinni because dolbe je nga full fond ka ko dolo do be voluntary lam man sa kunda bu kantol jo ibuka ko dinto la kafu ka tala constituency develop coming e ka di député la nyame na ka fume ko CDA wala constituency development fund bo be dire especially kamen na député la kaje ko ita ile tundol mol ma koy sulara nyame na ndol bu ko soto ndol karalam kama ka foninke la batada don din tara bendula ngalo tele bundato na kibaro di mansala nindol be sitan kacala ngaje ko because nintenga ko ya ko men fo ni député funding la député member jara o fana yol fo member stand o fana yol akam ne do dem nga problème kilin na sama so mbola kafla nyo nga safe nga sama député mo kono isaje way ka luwati dena ci sabatino so ro ñinem ko demi alon ben dara ka jox ñomul kalamtan ni na anu nge kalamtan ni defo fana na anu ngaita na commentor sa mun fana ke
exactly thank you so very much Usman odula ko ita bag comme ya fanya men janniye kati you try to reach out to people can you what is expected of a youth parliamentarian and man cool million ko ali solle keno na timin keno so Usman ela tumno ya fa ko damman lo don't you think that political awareness still now coming for youth participation in politics remind me ko be dasari la karona
very well. It's a very big concern. Looking at the situation, we've realized that particularly myself, initially before I go for the tour within the villages, I've been having some of these policies at hand. That, for example, in the issue of education, I've realized that most of the teachers within, maybe, I don't know if we will come and talk about the policies that I have.
Yeah, maybe in Sidiamu.
Exactly, maybe. So after having some of these policies, it was not included about the leadership training. But after I realized that, when I go around, I've seen people, they feel very much lazy about some of these things. They're not showing interest in terms of participation in politics. At times I go, particularly myself, my father, when all of these things came up, like I showed my interest, yes. Ada silata amantara no hajan ko min intesita no men dablo politiko kono ga amon ko ekip karab ga okay den namudol kumandi tara na kachara kaje kono amon ko woti nyimu nyinati anum politiko ko le fumo len dablo hey politiko be nyamen na ni mon man da yano ko man fon mba I will quote from one of the parliamentarian from Fonyi Bitan Karana Bakare Kebaji, one of my source of inspiration. The man is very much good. I listen to him very well. I need for more ko ako politiko nita ko idataji sometimes ba fuka mulne indirectly da man tari fon la balwo ko because nimo kendol be kara da ko abla mo kurmo la balwo ko adu nimo kurmo le da balje ba be latinya adu ni abetinya bibi kuro be je nta bela fla ka ke nta kenwa because of politician le adisera nyanta ka kenyamena. A typical example for that is the female circumcision.
Exactly.
You understand? Nimu kule mena ka fon dola tundo ka bi wuli na je mul bela flen ka ke but it again or because politician ya desire ko dua ya itara ya sabe dua ko ngamanya nakala sa ni aya tara nde beje bi wala mo be je mi alo karanta la fahamda ay dino fam ay na culture fam wala na adol ni na tarko la ay fam muna no mari bo pala so abo dinala
abata da ni
ata dinala acceptable so ro ni kusifa ni on ma do man ni mari ma font Udima beji mi anon ka ko molla nyanto le munna aro le munna dino le bari bi muke tamandino because politician li adisale duaro kajo ka keno so ni mo kendo be kara ko ma ko ko le benaji ado mi na je ni adisale ite mo kendo me ale kara ko ma e bena ko guru ma bala because ima ba de sama duaro bi wande muske waru ma bala ma tu wallahi abala fa warta ba kele so wodo mo kule mi anon ka ko ndella je is a very common is a very concern to myself wala kana na initiative fondo samana. There is this institute called Africa Youth Leadership Institute. Nimu leadership kafoleti pero Africa Banko Lelia Constitute. Ndefo be jele ndabo fo ndale la Gambia la comme banko banko bunda so jele. Gambia bunda ndale la secretary je. Ya famia. So ndara ni kadara kaje ko ndala tundu kam. Ngadi be je buluke dalu ni nyakon kaya kono bake. Buluke dalu politiko kono bake. Hani dalu ni nyakon kaya kono asambanya jama be je buka fam. So nsula la kaje ko lafta ka sande ngulo plano fon dala ko wala mun na next target because before mo ko folo fumo yalla mun na nyaton kayati mun na nyaton kala saffolti so fumo yo karan ni ma karan at the end of the day it bu ko welata ko mayandira so lafa ka wala mu rapporter sambaje amanke be karan do ngol dama karan la wala bari hani na alkalol na VDC chairman na kafol sare ko na kafol muskafol nyaton kol ibele be na la wo training la kaje ko ni karan ni nyaton kala ni karan political la ni karan system wala mi an ka ko tol se da dum no je nyaali de kaje ko be pol men kono ba kono la so mukule me ala ben is a concern come na concern en bibi no tundo ka mo buki da bule because handa fon baro be nemera an campaign wala mo jama bu kana no because funding ke do be italy a prefer kata filo to dan yambulanta no man ni ra campaign ndefa nga ko ros bakale because they think that one it doesn't make sense comme nga mon kuma ya bage ya famia anu ni to man kafunta man wota do alhamdulillah ya kata bakale mol kafta mali ma ko from the beginning nga ko beke because ko lenta kil dakeno la funding ke dol findale mo jamal finday bular no man tan nga na ko ke but I still believe that there is improvement is needed wala han saying mol nyanda kata ko kele kana kaje ko mba asabati no nyadi
exactly Mr. Fatim hudla ko eta back na sene ata fana kay tan ko bolon ko na ma fanna pour que da dum politiko ko na ka doya back o man ki Wuli West, but Wuli West seems to be in another level when it comes to that. So Wuli West is debater also. You understand? So in debater la first of all.
Yeah, we are very much connected. Hani science I'm from before being a dunya, never diamkan. Na ka kacha bakele, na ka kuya mal fan fanyo kang, andung ninka dung cool fan konon kalaf ka kumane ka fenke, do ito ka busy bakele la cool fan ka siale. You know, hani dara mukra comme nimbe jang nim exam so wala ngali fo so meda kam bolon kono because am fam ñing fenga tambi ala mbotaje because barakunda festival so do ye invite mbe exam wala nyama bari ngana exam ko so na nga attend bari matara no nji bon naka no nga because birin kara fa nga kumandil because wolente invite ngan ko honorable barakunda invite len de kala ma ko fanan data barana da fo ñe man nata invite nga okay no manga problem because dafta ko na mu me beta ñu na je because atale mun dara kebara diara nya ko ara tan na kebar anda diara nya fana because alala yakaji so obviously na be ñoko le na rapo is very 100% hanin kana jampang nga janin ka dunya na ba kacha kana ba ko manika comme ngi no ku jamal kacha kana kaje ko so mu ken because kule me alan ka foko nim man kafu ñoma ta kino la anu ndeta keno lam damma comme ngam ko dongo diara ko to teta man sakunda bu kana ful dindala na ful tan dafa ngol bindam karam do ni wonti man dara do ko hanikili ni dara so ngi ngada karam ngol so lot of people kala ngam wala ko man nga donation comme ngam for philanthropist reach out to people and alin do yalla block of ma comme nga nyinkeno that is the only thing so obviously atabe ko ko ke kan abakan tundo men ngam dafa na be ko fam be ba ka tundo la so rom be tundo cleaner nyaata no ma na man nga pudoti be nyata ranyo adu na be nyokal ma bakale we are very much
exactly thank you so very much I mean etla korosiro to kabring ikeda national youth parliamentarian ya nyita ne ko to kele to assess some of the problems and the challenges that the people of Wuli West are faced with yo for kwani so of challenges all kono jomale stand out tabaki kaje ko nyimmu kulet me an ka be Wuli West ko batan dem bakale
thank you very much. I think we'll question of Mara Bakel. Definitely, there are so many things that Merang in the more Batandikan Bakel they are affecting the society. But I've realized that one of the most common, what stands out of Merang is the most concerning. That is peace. Daraje nuclear back. Coming inside for American Kerni. Naje, Kule Bijamian Kafoko coming Faraku Fitnoten. benna ngom batandire bake le asababu da ku jamana bibi han football me yalan ka ko mo ga ko nga organize aka peace na fena wulli bi ne football organize wulli be tema aka problem men aka fitno men samana abu ko peace samana and it has started long way away akuma sta la jambalto and ndengo cross the miracle cross sending na cross katambi kulol fona because nga kiskisro kele manda de man ka juwero ke bari nga nyini karo ko fanan kele comme ka village do me ala be nakiri nyobale me da fitno kono ke la rapo juwe la sikol be nyaadile bari nga kibarol mel demo moy ay niyoku ya bakale so ngade ko ko farol mel be je comme sadel me ala jama be je sudara nyola be me da fitno no faro ko la bakale sa ba birinda mawulo ha me be birinda famal famo don mawulo o fitno me da kire njele and if we do not have peace we will not have development so karo kumata bakale ni man karo so don ta nyaata so la ya famia so ro karam kule mi alan ka foko ndo popuro nyanda kule kala memba kayro ni tanku ani nyomo sabat lan tol tema anu nyim faraku sonko mu kule mi alan ka foko ay na ba samana na odlado kumanda wal nata comme na moje ka foko governor kumanda wal nata le sefu jamal le nata je mol polisol different amera kanale problème o nyi abuka solve no it has been happening for so many times so but ndek challenge ngak jube ka foko nyi is a very concerning problem anu kurel fo be ni lafta ka execute men ka kairo samanna nyim ka na buka keno kairo na tundo kam because sante no wuli tono mo fo be kere ntol lawo ma fa wala dol be buke da bulaje ku be ko be cross le so ko le mala yon concern ba kala no problème sa nata jube ndo sa mune keno wala ndo sa mune keno kanyin overcome o faro no mebe wuli se muna fanno o sare fulo mele ka sonkan se muna fanno ala le wuli mu me se muna fanno ala yo ara se muna fanno ala gambe mu me be se muna fanno ala ko keno na nyaare someone may ask this question o faro me sare fulo be sonkan sai nim man sakunda pareta bi ke bañu lu me ale bege ya dogo ke bakale ya katale o don yetan dum ye jay bi ndadama wallahi ni ngana fulo so wala ngamo so be ma kala wala ngamo sakunda la connection so de be ma ko ya me ke balle da handina fondinge damandamo me mo tundo kam be kafla ñu wala ki wal da because aka sonia do nga ñu faham dani telo ñu faham because men kake biringa mo gulu ko yime kene jama be ko nyin kire nyala wala jama be ifamali ya ko ne exact la kana nyamena so nitel taje pour ya négocier ko ya pour ya fa because ni mi rawla aka dimile comme ka ben da famale nyi be den da famal tam ni so na yo jegi je bon the little ba understand ka kolea bakale then you just understand no because we speak at times the same language or we can easily understand because amante non nyara on sip everything amante non nyara but saying no fidno we are not asking mantara for kan nyina tam kerwana tam ba den ko do tam su ko tam marina tam we don't want that now we want to empower that village that particular place whereby mbetala ndo sare fulo be tu adengela ke balraje foninga la responsibility tala say na musako ne yemma ko ngaje ko bi ninga mebe ko bi faro ni warale wala ba gando sare mon man siya ba wala sare ni wara ba de nga raje nga do ku nga mano do kuje ay siya kaneke nun dol parla so fank o tungo fon la development so duni tungo development exactly nya ko rice or we can even say Wuli rice you understand all these things can be good initiative but we need support we need people to come over and then help us me akra ninga okay ngo mano produce ndol ra mano sanadla number 1 2 abe kairo sabatlana niame meskin so ko ba fala ngel ta faro na la ngata ngata kelende muna ni wala man taje manjeto so obviously I kairo sabatindi I congo by I nafulo samana I develop no faran samana so these are important things we can easily do that what comment for at the beginning don't dia rakuto tetala I have this vision in me and inshallah rabbil alamin this is one of the most important things that I am going to overcome. Because at the end of the day, and if now stop here, it continues. And now you know Jamfara, now Borat Dimultema, Faltema, continue and it is going to be generation by generation. Other than that last one. So this is something because Ninkaronada, sign football me alone organize. Organize on the mountain because the Lakabem Faro obviously we have peace and we can easily develop our constituency. So Nimu Kole Adalti, Mealumba first Kanjele, and come here for Yamena what stands out. This is what stands out, and I believe this is the way that we can overcome it.
Exactly. Especially the people of Wuli West. Even program jibe kan comme salon ko kuma keno kairo ko even development ka diamala kairo la ka si follow development oki yaji bi mira la presilo da albe kairo ko yaji bi mira la corona albe kairo ko so kairo kuma ta back ni Wuli West jibe they are very connected so will be new come back so nin kairo man tari dambon tema asina ku jamale wulu because na football font keno na na badi will fana multi carry attend no parce que ngolo le même fota comme aka pass from generation to generation so no keta sometimes aka kole ya will ke back so like you said yajiko is one of the most challenging issues Yanko is facing your area right now memo Wuli West so Usman as far as you are concerned community level did you make any step to ensure that these problem hanni ma resolve no komi yawa nyame don't dia to put but commitala within your means your capacity whether you reach out to people to ensure that this problem has been resolved for any okay since you assume the office.
Yeah, definitely as far as problem solving are concerned we believe in gathering facts and we also believe in knowing what really happens because itana no pam e jombe ko ya ko ndaba kelale foya anyama kono tagamale ya faham mune de caring follow and problem mo jani ba so be ka problem mo lon follow so comme nga fo nyame nan dalla election in santema awucho mamme bake donc be ngakudon lel fenkanu because comme nga fo nyame defanon there's other issues me ala benum je ngam fa korosi so bring na palaso nga soro ngajo ko min ko nyimu kula mi yalo so keno le tarafa ay dum kono tariya ko so woro modol kala no mi ay man dile awre ba nyindom kula mi yalo amanka til kilin kuti so obviously a jartale folo nga fam anu ni ba fam la fana fo ni mol lele bulo dum yogo ni mol lele faham bulo dum yogo kaje ko akose keno nyaade anum fana ni bakala edam man ta keno la belbe bambule ko makaje ko kapoy sedmentu yande feoleke so wala kana mbole processo kono folo nga minke nga committee lo establish whereby wuli sate beje modul nga committee establish kaje ko wuli we sate beje modul kono nga musufula soto foninkel musufula ani ke saba so nyin ke sabol fana kono VC chairman be tarajele ya famia ando mi foninkel musol fana kono musol nyanda musol entra me kala comme mode me ala ay influencer do sade kono bada so ngawolle kafu nyoma ko because be foninkel nya don kaya ando obviously le menin ko execute la nim foninkel le bakala so do fonge ka fundi nyoma ko ni ka fundi nyoma ni ka chandala e ko janni ni janni be duna bola ngam bote nya bosuro ngam bote nya ko so definitely ngamolle ko mon folo ni ka cha desemune keno about this because nda mana idea eco two heads are better than one. Exactly. This is what we believe in the saying. So obviously ninsira nga put it forward to them nga fengo ndosamne keno so obviously I am at my house coming we said house discussion mo wala follow how much can we do this and at what extent are keno and reach out no more see final level because mo do be o juso be kandire mbaka so obviously ni fura won ma ye ko is boy janni be sonne ma abe so for that start alpha clean ko me alon they can easily understand any kacha and any more fana fura won so more process ko no pro then ninga obeke obviously na deputy fana coming na be fura la fana male kaje ko na be si man lafta la police we don't want to bring any police we want to peacefully develop do this within ourselves because namol they have been going to police tara kodle police ol nata commandant nata different. So we believe Hansa FM Mambala. So we don't want to go to police. We want to do it within ourselves. And obviously I cannot do it alone. I have to bring people. So sometimes more process then it is coming off and everything is step by step. So we are
exactly. Everything has to be step by step. Most but Wuli West. Is it that these are some of the things facing? Have you ever approached him regarding this issue?
Yeah, definitely. As it stands, coming off on Yamena, there are certain things that are for 100% about Kalama, but I can assume that Kajoka about Kalamale. Because obviously, this is one of the most important problems that you are not aware about it. But we all know at times coming, political system coming international situation we are somehow different. He is a political party. I came, we call ourselves we are apolitics. That we are not political right now. So obviously it is going to be important that Momeliaron, they are not NPP, for them to listen to me easily than for them to listen to him directly. Yeah, understand? Right. Exactly. Yeah, understand. So involving him at certain point, it might be too early, and even that Molia realized, they might feel like it has been done by whatsoever because not before him coming. Then Alpha Dol Kachara, we are putting not going from back. Well, Jamal Fonye go agent bela time. Nimmeli along imantara APRC, sademi ale imantara APRC. Nim police na wala ni moli aja menareng akafole ko because in the role from to funyi na mari tolale kaje ko because we aja mela mo fenga so na wala no kana governor di you are so is through on the jam APRC so ko na I follow Moses are dollar aji dollar because those people are not supporting exactly. So exactly so it will be partisan political so it will be easy for me to do this at the ground level, then obviously nafa kamenu be samana fonge be samana. Ni be for ma fonge be mudange be hakilo so sa lafta la nyamena. Then because obviously we cannot do this without form.
Exactly.
And we have what we call the constituency development fund. And the constituency development fund, it's here to develop the constituency. And this is one of the most important things. At that point, that is the point I believe now understanding the Kafako. Next time when we have the constituency development fund, this is one of the most important places it can be spent in rather than any other place. Because without peace, there can never be development. So obviously, that is why I am yet to officially discuss with him. However, we've talked about it in one way or the other, but officially putting it to him that we can easily, how can we overcome this coming out for Nyamena? And because of also political influence whatsoever, it can easily interrupt or destroy or jeopardize everything for me, which is not my intention. So that is one of the reasons, and this is the current situations.
Yeah, exactly. From here, after debate involved like that. But don't you think that involving the National Assembly member for your constituency, come among other cool tap than the maybe you didn't call study and then became NPP.
Definitely.
So we'll not that those are rivals. So you understand? So Imam Mirakabe Kumala Usmani at his own level without involving the parliamentarian. Because they didn't debate him for the Saturday. It is UDP dominated area.
Exactly.
So we'll have political about so you understand? So since you are political,
especially by virtue of their previous experience.
Exactly.
This is what they told me. Imagination. They told me this. Yeah, it turned out they told me, I don't know where there is. I don't know, something like that. It was once a URL governor. Because those people are not APRC so and give it to the other people. Because all documentation, everything were under them. So obviously, Immortal World can do the same thing with the same political, with another political party behind you. They will not see that. It doesn't understand because obviously he is there for everybody. To be candid, he is there for everybody. Right now, if he is there for leadership, as a real leadership, he should not be prioritizing his political. But now, maybe he can easily understand that. And when he goes, as a tanole, ayala political, amala political code, different intention. But how easy would it be, those people, to make them understand that this man is not here to empower his political party or whatever? They cannot easily understand that. So obviously, at what point they can understand, if we tell them the development fund that came through the NP, this is what has been spent here, and this is how it's been done.
So it means NP has a key role.
Exactly.
In the Mango and the Kapili, Kajiko,
exactly.
Fadi, Medalla NP la quote. I think you follow him.
Definitely.
You can't follow the I mean, most of the things are there. When you take an example of female circumcision, and line people mon kon meli along go yeda bulaji, we banolaka. Are you willing to reach out to him? To put it to him that the people of Wuli West, you are representing them along Lontang County, because I found my program also. I was trying to put it to him, but he refused to answer that question. You understand? Is that in your plan? Since National Youth Parliamentarian is more of an advocacy than any other thing? Are you ready to advocate for that? Because you have to look the people of Wuli West, they want this.
Of course. Definitely. Thank you very much for that question. Akumara bagale. Eko kurobe kobe buka kino for sekono. Anu kujuma beje fonga kachale. We must have a dialogue. Fonga nyo fahamle. Anu eko hakilmala kuwadi. Obviously, ning asleba palaso beje. Whatever he needs to do, omala disonoti. It has nothing to do with me. However, before he does his decisions, moment so nita ko ito mo la nyanto fasala o ite be kunklin na la hajol no. So what I'm expecting from him is if it is me because don't for the first sitting before ye mola ye afo ko mbesiri so lumena ye mol inform de baita ye mol inform ken ko mo balana ngi atakela ngem ko barankandale because don't mo le fonga mol clean fonga kalamtani ye mol jubeni manano fula me topico min discourse la min tol tara jeng diamo diamfo abakala tol fonga kunkilina mirol amanka wala mira adu fata wala
exactly
ita kunkilina miro ani muro miro mate. So what I'm expecting from him first is to reach out to the people. Niman sate be benino but sado sate alcalde, because this is how the leadership structure is from the president to the ministers, governors, chairpersons, parliamentarians, we have councillors, we have BDC chairpersons, we have alcalos, we have cabildo heads, we have compound heads. This is how the leadership structure is. Leadership structure betten. So needed iman sate be mantano ka sate be bende. Several command ini ebeng anin councillor ninam code councillor yafoko sign ndata sate be command ni be kacha alkal la sare gal ni kacha itol lafta ka kanyalin sefo la muru ya councillor kumandi ya foye wala council fale muru ye alkalo kumandi ya foye alkalo le muru ye kabilo kumandi because ngaji men dolbe ko sa de din kabila ka ko kabila be ngala alkalo kabila kana ni kusi fale discourse ya so ni ya ngabe discourse so ni para kabilo fana ya discourse kabilo mo liba studio shooting ni para kabila medunda ni dara suol ko nda fama ka na la so ga ko bin dara kabila ben lare e ni fa nyara tan ko ni everything meme kere akabe fo mo len so ni ako ba fa ko hani ba amanya kala wanya ndela fa katanda fine ba fa nan betala alkal kunda ni akacha so obviously it about this horizontal at the parliament should be directly, not even indirectly, directly from your people. It is a responsibility to modernize the decisions. Sometimes moro beje ba folenko ni tara folenko ni ma musunyaro musu la nyaka ni ma sabatindi ndel bakala dia ko ya yalla ni tara parliament you are going to see you are going to modernize the system. However, it with that information it mari nyanda kalanka foko wow, these people are interested in this. And it's your responsibility. Then in a parliament, your communication should be official, professional, and direct forward. And cannot be otherwise. It should be exactly what those people said. However, you are going to communicate this professionally. So definitely, part of the plan, because before the Biden told we are not in power. Biden told the election on Monday, everything Monday. Yeah. It was way after Raman the election in So right now, Hansa Imam Samaram. But I believe before the end of their tenure, it might come back again because Alhamdulillah, parliamentarian roles of the year, though they are over time and they are really trying to protect the religion and the tradition, so they can still bring it back because they have I think nim bilonata according to the constitution, nim bilonata now a cancel that it has to take another duration before yamu. Amakenara be a cancel the samana. I don't think so. They don't accept that there's a particular duration is samana, and I'm still believing that other parliamentarians are still going to it is discussed, and I'm very much confident now. I have a very good connection with him, and I believe he listens to me. I can know that before you discuss everything. Now we go back to the village, reach out to people and know what they have to say. That about the integrity of protocol. Number one. Number two, Namol Saka without fear of favor. Number three, it is going to contribute to his political party because people are going to believe that wow, NPP deputy, I need to accept them. So obviously, even those who were sent previously that NPP more like a reject parliament, they will say, oh, and the deputy will accept it. So it is going to also have positive impact on the entire NPP within the Wuli West constituency. So it is not today, but it is tomorrow. Exactly. So obviously it is very important, and I am still going to, I will continue to engage him. Wallahi, I will continue to engage him, and I always take him as my superior. You understand? Because ngajale halmade mo dobe jaka kewayale but nin ita be dinni wadi badu mayta la hakilo comme mo ko be jino amanga ke kuje man tara ke baya blo amanda dunya blo sanda dinni ko kuje kedo ke babu kale but fale si comme ngafu nyamen dialogue depends on dialogue culture forse buga keno wule wesin ko sa fono ka ko man la fala ada afoko who have the power. At that window, he have the power. Despite he was voted by people, he have the power. So we can easily communicate that to ensure that it happens. So that is exactly that I'm going to be in charge.
Exactly. Usman would like quite a back. TV le GB or Generation TV. Nimbadi man bijambi olamu Usman Fatiti, youth parliamentarian for Wuli West. Mbeya mo nyola Usmane kudul senendi jang surtout nina da musola nyaka to tala ko kaje ko watimi na bekela. Otherwise, he would have reached out to the parliamentarian. This is the will of the people. Oh, you better still, you go back to people, those people that voted in. Usman so me program over time. So, Jikita will listen to BGB.
Definitely.
Understand? To summarize, Usmane mum plan na sort of funding kioni. Thank
you very much. More question of Kumar. I think directly what some of my policies that I've
exactly, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Akumara Bakale ni benyaton kala ye fonko ye lon kan single soto ye cool soto me ala lafta kake ko ni man ngani yo soto ko ko men kala e ka tara janjande ni at the end of the day tana ku kala because you don't have a target for a target soto So one of the target is coming about this peace establishment together with I do discuss it as a sort of agriculture, as an agriculture sort of. I put it like agriculture. Agricultural bunda semen yandigi. Ba keno nyali le wala mindiko farol me yalla na mo mira son kala no hana man da farol damante gadi no bijir je musul ba man da gadi ko pakale comme watamita wato gambe ya post Madina nyako Madina musul tara gadno re kela gadno re manji jama so je comme baji jama so je so be burikan jom folo be dunna kanyo sawa so le jama folo be jiyo so la ko kala fomo jimo ye musul ba man wala bakale ba man because nta fomo ba ma miya wuro akakara bakale gadin ko diata because abroda va ko na so definitely wolo man gadno so sometimes akada gadin fo sam fo farafeje akara sam forfanya akana ke wa fumar seto so neo sifaje akamta they are very much committed with regards to that so obviously in as much as we are only for youth we are for youth but funding kel fangali bodo mun le bala so ning akamta ni mo ba ma empower ya dimol empower ya dimol empower ya ba ma le empower so obviously wo mu bundal mela en concern bakale I always make sure that I put this into my discussion wherever I am ning man sakunda ma keno ning mo mun sa keno kambol ma khoyato we make sure we do this and it happens. Ndala document the comment now for it, well, I'm advocate. And I will continue to advocate for it. And I will also continue to lobby funds to reach out to people. Instead of reach out no more. But my responsibility is to reach out to you and not problem of that for it. So I'm definitely, that is one of my policies. We have to make sure it happens. And inshallah, we are still putting forward. By virtue of that, we also want to come in this agriculture. That was the first thing that we execute. Now is the first thing we execute. Coming now for Yamena, instead of Cuba, instead of like a Cuba. But no one succeed no. Ninkuningol some means duma. The time was not from a worker. As far as about then we have to do that. So science and dara karamu woro both English school and Arabic school. Dara karamu yiridu mwanding yiridu 20 ngawale dibela. 20 do 12 different euro thing. Dara nge sang. Dara ngadol donate ye more so dollar. Yana some contributor dole je ngamol dara flora mo make ye mo donate dala dara karamu mume be karamu le be karamu English karamu nani ana Arab karamu lulu mbara jere ngi so yiro la police atu because yiro kule me ala ko mara je baake ko ndela je jiga kandi baake le kandi mo je rawudo ko jama wol ko men fon petit kerente o je mo mo ndawla ba ani yiro ko ndi buga fendo sa ko kando samana obviously the same agriculture min dara nga yiro tutu akam danda agriculture empower. So it's all going to be the same. So nobody. The second thing is what I'm running training me for. What I'm funding killer double project for Konola because Najale Mulbuke double J. And I'm the funding killer J. Killing the mobile Sabat project for J. So obviously, Mul Krami. You understand? Moka Kulong I mean Kran Walla. Adabla Kulo I mean Namala. So what was saying? Lafta Kamul London Yatonka. Lafta Kamul Karan, the Kajako Ya Farm Munum Yatonka. Yatonka and a farm munity. Kajako, Nita Kedamantra Yatonka, come to Damantari for a balloon. Because for Yatonka, I got a carry. Kumasa be won't bring Kila Jamano. Simon Lajama, bring Kila Varja, Mora from Gona, of Mana, Ali Guna. So Hadila, so no be caring, or forming at Yatonka Saba, because nobody came on Yatonka. Ni fit no mama jumala ba anyadon so jumala so foi mole karawola ni karandi then obviously they can be able to do it so coming now for nyama putting plan for to ensure that the leadership team na afuja to ensure that it happens there and we are not only going to train the school students we are going to train the alcalos you understand we are going to train the VDC chairpersons we are also going to train like kafol katarajele bus kafol to bring them and train them to see how much they can easily do this and new sifake they will be able to because then they would participate so the third thing is education sector kanala bundala because it is something that nitaraje teacher jama be man ka teacher do wan kam ko because ning jam mol mela boro jang ni itara college graduate ni post na ma fa ka fa basi jamara yawla so adum be bank bi wona kan min dawe nyanto men soro min daw dini ngola nyanto men soro ka karan ka tiyakem do so de karan nyaako karam do dini ngola nyanta kilimo soro nyako primary school kam do dimol fa nyanda kele solo jakunda la karamu ifana nyanda kele mol solo so mo yakana teacher ni e post ibora inarami yesamba mindo e kala fukata wada ni e post yesamba buzi bora
e ko sandale
ko dal be ma nyanda kele mol solo so wodo on kibaro ran na futani man sakunda ma ke kala mutana kaje ko teacher fana me alon teacher kendol graduate amaka college graduate fa wonde university graduate they have people, students in Wuli, if I go university graduate a year 4 years, somebody. Education, but despite that, I still at times go there. We can also so well great for and came out maths because I'm a mathematics specialist. I love maths a lot. So understand. So I help them with that. But last time from graduate, I found maths limit and not bigger class. So brother akonyo ko ya post nya ko am ko la konyo boy ito mo nya ko la yuto na ko akonyo ko yen sam nya ko la ko na am ko la konyo ko mpele sara biro dara content na pakale. So I believe that Mansakunda should help us with this and we have to put it to them. You understand, because ndela ba ko la kono ndela dingol ba ko la kono je so ikali je fa mo ga grade 5 6 7 aka fa mo ko le na ko mo na aka mo ni be na because of the quality of education he deserves, he's not having it. So obviously we deserve that. So fonga kiwaro ranga futandi Mansakunda ma yemo so teacher kendola man ko da mati de ka student no dele jang school bo so mandara school do ma fonda la je mo ma disa je student ka walk on foot almost 3 kilometers 3 to 4 kilometers from Bajankoro to Nyako Upper Basic and Senior Secondary School. It is 3 kilometers close. People walk on foot kata ko attend jang student ka school bo so fonda ma disa so we have to put it to government kaje ko we deserve school buses. Not only that, water running, drinking water. Last time I went Bintara Tola, Daraka Yiri school, Brother Karwan Bara, Neo Karabakan, Lafaka Yiro de la Yirijuman, but in my Joe school. Joe, Harry Ibemina Masoji, Eco, it didn't may allow grade 5 because primary school, grade 6, 5, 4, it cross the Kata, what's that? It was that from cross Kata, cross Manola, and Manola Bijay, Asino Kasia, Kakros Manola, Kata was the Kajona came in. Is that not risky? Very risky. What is key? So obviously they deserve something. So after Biro, then we try to reach out to the parliamentarian to see how best these people can have these things because Jum cooler is a basic need. Because of what Danilo found, Mayri Jumani Lulida, Mayri Jumana Dida, again go sign Alman Jos or follow. Alta, aligning you to do society, Sadekon, Ninja war Assassamania. It don't function on Pakale. So Konyo Konkin Balam Kusifa Kali Giosoya, a quite try to carry out to more philanthropy, but still I'm more and can go no problem. I don't know can you see but I will answer that I reach out to people to answer that. So after I discuss it with the parliamentarian and Rostam, then Birimbaria, I am Kwapanyako. And somebody. Then they were
so now they are fine.
Exactly. So we deserve some of those things. You understand? So you because Jamafa, Dolbe bring Narajan, more dear water. Dolbe Jamuna Barmiji, Mugapas. Exactly. Mugapas. But bring Monara, Mula Pass Nara University, in the graduate senior school, straight away to University of Gambia. I was never expecting that. Bring the Benunji, Narakaramundo, sometimes Mugafango, bring Narajan Kolfanga. So we believe those people also deserve the same thing. So there's a main care to advocate it, and we are going to advocate it. So the fourth thing that is the common football on Konga play. The funding interest football more from cross mendo. Bring a campaign on Nunko Rajama, they prefer going to the field and following me to one campaign. That is their interest. And how much do need after car empower for your empower Kula man interest. Nima empower Kula come about for a second Kula car Puriasama. Don't be a Karamunko in Mount Goroba. So Nika before saving some Karamun, it's like interest in football. So I believe Ko is a more help known. How can we help them? That is the question now. To ensure that we establish a football team that will comprise of young people from each of the villages. These people, we don't have money, but we are going to lobby funds to ensure that we put them together. Young Nina division football play. Sometimes I can box ball play. More game would you play Anyabora, I bonded. I telephone I join a phone. That's how you go escalate and go. But Nima more someone, nobody, a football called Lara for Sukomora, play passing of I can go. I can go a career, Beba, Abugasam of Land, Abukaramundo, football, Burokono, Abana. I come when you're a father, Abjumanafa. So the phone are more exposed. I call it exposure. Nima, it's a more marker, but I expose ma. It's a more connoisseur, but I expose ma. I'm more link. Maybe no man if I'm not of an answer more link. So I believe on Ninka. Then we can also together because the football chairperson sorole at phenomenon committee group coming committee from vice president na do ni jele because ren Wuli West football chairpersons kaje kon nani nasi keno nyalbe because ni dara moya So ferry after more message mark. So obviously I'm trying to now someone and baby group. So you're coming up with everything is step by step. And we are going to do it inshallah.
So thank you so very much. Yes, so jambi. Gondanta bake tuma nombe gal programme sur la saye wati ni wati bro har dia Wuli West la cool so to ni ajibe cool mil be Wuli West programme wala be discuss we can discuss them badi wal ka konko TV la jibe generation TV minemu programme labant limbadi man bi jawala mo Usman Fatidi national youth parliamentarian for Wuli West. Usman, thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. Kontanta baka ala baraka bake nga fo nyame nan tol galab ni sifalla. You know, we want people to hear from us. Whatever I say here, you know, follow them on the bank account. This is not I can't do anything beyond that. But any video posted the wow, this person is visionary whatsoever, or maybe it's not visionary. Wow, he has these things to do. Wow, what can we do? Perhaps philanthropists from Wuli can help us with that. You have to go, okay, we contact Congo TV because they get it through Congo TV, then they'll be able to help us for us to execute that. Right. So this is very important. And parliamentarian and this is what we enjoy. You call us to come to television because put it on mood. We want to have an extraordinary sitting because you understand about it, but we don't have fun. We cannot do it, but we want to go to the parliament and discuss it, and we need some of these things. We don't have fun, so but we want to be called on TV so that we can easily discuss these things.
Yeah, I think that is important because I'm introducing a program called Backway Catch Up. So I think that will be very difficult. Very simple to have people like you. Maybe when I introduce the program, I will call on you and either you and any other parliamentarian. You can try to.
You really appreciate it.
Yeah, you can now. You can do that
because we want to do this exam, but we don't have fun. So until
thank you, sir.
You know, place. No, we don't have any other thing but rather than to lobby funds and then seek your support. You know, either government or non-governmental organization, anybody you can do it. Coming from Mole, society lay the Wulu, society lay Kuru, society lay Samakaramo, society lay Fulan Bibedamina. So now the question is, what have you done for the society? It's a money society. Mobile na kaji mental solo neni solo ita sira ko ka ko masakunda manyi masakunda to nya masakunda mobile nya to solo woro bari ita fana mbor society men do fana nya do solo ano ni mo ke ni fara alkiyama ala be ni ngala do fa ya solo dunya kono ni mo le ta ay del tous ay ali del mo kono no but ita ni mo bele denta wala so woro mo la nyan to men tarraw kono fa ya bondi yalla ni ma ni fara yomul kiyam ala be na so ngi dal ba
Allah mubarak